Wyatt Daigle.
Is that what you got, Kyle?
Wyatt Daigle.
Wyatt Daigle.
Wyatt Daigle.
Wyatt Daigle. Either Daigle or Cooney.
Wyatt for sure.
Wyatt Daigle. Yeah, it's me.
That's a crime.
I'm not a fan of it, but I don't mind it. I'll have it.
I don't consider it a crime. Like, I'm pretty indifferent about it. Like, I would never eat it personally, but like, I don't really care.
I kind of enjoy it. Unless you're in Hawaii. Yeah, fruit should not be on pizza.
Not at all. Love it.
Yes.
You're taking the field, so
Probably
Cheamus and Lamera.
He's short.
Yeah, we got like a minute and a half left.
Owen. Whenever a ball doesn't go his way, he's always like, "Oh, that was a strike. That was a ball."
Definitely Sammy Weiss.
Wyatt. If he doesn't like a call, he won't change his mind. Athletics. I don't know if he knows the strike zone all the time.
Owen Hammond.
Owen Hammond.
Adjusting. Fun.
Dogs.
Enthusiastic.
Funny. Vibrant. Fun.
Family.
Fun.
You know, well, I'm born in a town that was red, so I'm used to wearing red growing up. But you know, needless to say, you know, I had 20 years worth of stuff that I could take out of the closet and wear. So you know, I'm looking forward to the new change. I'm embracing the red and black, and you know, I'm looking forward to wearing it for years to come.
Hello and welcome to WHCI. It's Anthony Altamirano here with Sean Farley and Chase Hannawalt actually as well. As we get set for the first pitch of today's game, it's the 2026 Mayor's Cup. And Sean, it's great to be with you.
It's great to be with you too.
Pretty good game we got ahead of us here as Wyatt Daigle tosses the first pitch, 2:04, 4 minutes after the intended start time of today's ball game. What should we expect today, Sean?
Well, you know, we had a tough game. Conard did against Hall, game one, but as we always say in the Mayor's Cup, anybody can win this game. So hopefully both teams came ready to play.
It's always a competitive game when these two face off. And, of course, Matt LeBrecht, the leadoff hitter for the Titans. These guys are no stranger to facing each other. They play with each other. And you would know a little bit about that, of course, with Legion in the summer.
Of course, yeah, we're looking forward to that kicking off in June. But before that, there's unfinished business to take care of today.
And, of course, you're representing the Red Wolves, but we also have a representative of the Titans. It is Chase Hannawalt. Chase, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good. And your brother Max plays on the team. You got the inside scoop on him?
He does. I think he might be a little overrated, but he gets by.
I don't know if he would
Right off
agree
the
with
bat.
you. I think
Right.
we might be starting an argument in the car later, huh?
It's very possible. I don't know if he'll like to hear that. But.
All right, good start for Wyatt Daigle here.
And Wyatt started the last game that these two faced off. That was the police fire game at Hall. Titans won that one. Daigle, a senior, of course. He's no stranger to big games, Sean.
Not at all. And that's why he's on the hill today.
Next up to the plate is Jeff Nyman, the junior for the Titans. Swings and misses there for a strike. Titans have, of course, led by Nick Sanford, third-year head coach. And this is the first Mayor's Cup for the other side, which is the Red Wolves head coach, Corey Carlson. Comes from Northwest Catholic.
He starts from ahead here, 0-2.
I had a pleasure of speaking with both Corey and Nick throughout the year, and those guys definitely are going to be huge assets to West Hartford baseball and the future of West Hartford baseball. Daigle getting ready to throw his next pitch. He sets. Nyman thought about going there, lays off. Sean, let us know, of course, what Wyatt is probably thinking on the hill, going into this big game.
So I think everyone's amped up. Certainly Wyatt being one of the seniors on the field, and looks like he's in pretty good command early. Just missed with those last two pitches.
It'll be so important for everybody to keep the nerves down. Obviously, this is a big game for both sides. It's always fun for the bragging rights, but also because these guys play with each other almost all year round as Nyman fouls this one off.
It's a tough pitch and a great job by Nyman.
Sanford told us, actually Monday, I talked with him and he said baseball is, about 65% mental, and that's going to come into play today a lot, the mental game. Now, you're a coach. How do you prepare your players, for that mental aspect?
Well, that's why reps, off season are important, and most of these kids are working year round while they're also playing other sports. So when it comes time for execution, it's really just, not a lot of thought put into it. It's just execution.
Nyman hits this one into left center field on the dive. The left fielder is there to make the grab.
That's a great jump by Liam Heaney, getting to that ball. There's not much that's going to land out there.
And both teams have some pretty good defense. I mean, we saw it all season long, and we're seeing it here now. Flashing the leather in the first inning. That'll bring up Max Hannawalt, 3-hole hitter. Chase, give us the inside scoop on your brother.
Yeah, he's having a really good year. He's putting in a lot of work. He texts me all the time, see what he can get better at, and it's been really cool to see him succeed this year and be successful at.
And Max, you mentioned he's having a good year, and he's only a junior, so he's still got another year growing to do. Do you guys ever work in the off season together, or now that you're kind of graduated from your high school days, is that different, or what does the off season look like for you guys?
Yeah, when I come home in the winter, he's kind of attached right at my hip, and we kind of get after it together, just trying to improve each other at the same time.
That's so special. Just it must be nice to have that brotherly bond. I just can't imagine what that must be like for you guys, just being so close on the baseball field, and that's just so awesome. You guys growing up together, and now you get to see him kind of.
Yeah, exactly. It's been cool watching him grow. Like, I played with him when I was 12, when I was a senior in high school. Just to see him take the steps he's taken, it's pretty awesome.
Well, he'll make his way to first. First base runner for the Titans.
Max is always going to be a threat to steal here.
Definitely. The Titans never afraid to run the base paths. Talked with some of the players the other day on the Red Wolves side, and they said they had their eye on Josh Gertner, but Max is also a sneaky stealer. So that brings up Quinn O'Neill. Swings and misses at the first pitch, a strike. O'Neill, a very big power hitter. He's able to lift balls into the outfield with ease. He's got a pretty sweet swing, and he's a multi-sport athlete as he hits this one left field, pretty well hit. On the dive, what a catch there from the left fielder, Heaney. How about that, Sean?
Another great jump, drop step, well executed. Quinn certainly hit that ball pretty good, though.
They leave a runner stranded. No runs, no hits, no errors. 0-0, your score. We'll be back. Back here on WHCI as we get ready to see the Red Wolves' first at-bats. The Ryan Cooney to lead us off. Sean Flarley and Jace Hannawalt.
Sophomore catcher having a great season.
Cooney will be the leadoff hitter, followed by Liam Heaney as Cooney pops this one up over to second base, ends up falling out of the glove of the second baseman, Max Hannawalt. Battling Sun out there. He's on that backwards run too. Being able to get aboard and bring up Liam Heaney, the left fielder. What do you got on Heaney?
We might see a little small ball here early in the game to get the runner over.
You think so? You think the steal is coming our way?
We got a lot of speed on the bases and at the plate.
That one is up and in. He has to kind of duck out of the way. Jace, you actually played with some of these guys, of course, and you know some of them from, of course, your brother. Just tell me a little bit about what you think they're going to be thinking here on this next play.
Yeah, so Grant's a big contact pitcher. About everything he throws dances away. It's tough to get a solid base knock off him.
It's down.
There it is. But
good piece of hitting, fought off that inside pitch.
Now there'll be a runner in the scoring position here.
The senior Colin Walsh having a great season at the plate.
It'll be the right fielder Walsh, and then on deck right now is Andrew Weiss, the shortstop, followed by Wyatt Daigle, will be pitching and playing DH today. Lennox Velez will be behind him, the first baseman, and then it'll be Ryan Roach, the third baseman, followed by Lane Heaney Over at second, finishing out the lineup for Cord Carlson will be Jameson Lamoureux, center fielder. That's how the Titans.
Got a good count to hit here. He's looking for something he can drive.
Pitch from Davidson. It's outside. Now runner with scoring position. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Titans handle it. One is in there for a strike.
Taken all the way there.
Well, 2 runners on. What do you think he's thinking in the batter's box, Sean?
Well, he's still ahead 3-1, so he's looking for something dead red.
He doesn't find it, but he draws the walk instead. That'll load the bases up, and now pressure's on early for the Titans. Chase, tell me from a player's perspective what you think Grant might be thinking out there on the hill.
Yeah, so getting behind in these counts, the 2-0, 3-1 counts, it can be very dangerous. So I know he's just thinking to attack them, have them put the ball in play, and see if they can beat his best stuff.
And of course, Grant is a veteran pitcher here at the high school level, but just tell me, how he's going to attack going forward.
Yeah, so name of the game is really just race to 2 balls or 2 strikes first. Whoever gets that kind of gets the advantage. So he's just going to try and fill it up as best he can, and that kind of gets carried through everyone. Just you got to attack the strike zone, and they hit it, they hit it.
There's the pitch. One finds the strike zone there. Davidson looking to get out of this situation here. Bases loaded though, Sean.
Weiss is going to adjust his approach here with 2 strikes.
He does ask for time.
We're looking for hard contact, ball in play.
Davidson checks the runners. The pitch. One just outside. Weiss looking to bring home the first run for the Red Wolves. Gets a pretty good swing on this one. In foul territory on the run. The right fielder, Sauer, can't make the play.
Great effort.
Look at the defensive alignment while we have a chance for the Titans. In left field, it'll be Tommy Hussey. Out in center will be Jeff Nyman and Lou Sauer out in right. From left to right in the infield, it'll be Quinn O'Neill at the hot corner. Kyle Sharkey at short. Max Sanawalt at second. Matt Pinarella at first behind home plate. Calling balls and strikes for the Titans today will be Jamie Alerte. And on the hill, the senior righty, Grant Davidson.
It's a big spot early in the game for the Red Wolves. An opportunity to put some points on the board.
Yeah, and they want to get ahead early. This Titans team is pretty good when it comes to keeping leads, so Conard would want to take advantage of the 0-0 score and get ahead early.
Going to expect the pitch to hit here with a 2-2 count.
Here's the pitch. It's a little bit of a curve, as it'll bring in a run.
I'm not sure if that hit him or it just missed inside. Coach Sanford's coming out to inquire.
Yeah, here's Nick Sanford coming out and talking with that's Ed Hoyer, the umpire, calling balls and strikes today from behind home plate. Now he's going to go talk to his fellow umpire out there, Jim Kyan. Those are the 2 umpires today for the Mayor's Cup. So, yeah.
We've got the senior Wyatt Daigle here in a great spot to help himself out.
Daigle comes in with Still nobody out and bases loaded. Davidson, the pitch. One is in there for a strike. 0-1. Checks over at second. Now the pitch. This one is chopped. Grounded up the middle.
Just missed.
This is
It's
it
gonna be a close play.
on the run. It'll bring in a run, but Corey Carlson will hold the runner at third. And Colin Walsh.
Yeah, a little too early in the game to make that first out at first base, so that's probably a good call by Coach Carlson.
And we have a player down in the outfield right now. Here come the trainers right now coming to check. Sharkey was trying to go for that last play. Went up the middle and he wasn't able to get it. And they'll go and make sure everybody's okay. Well, you hate to see that. You never want somebody to get injured. Well, the Red Wolves are up 2-0 right now. Here in the bottom of the first, still nobody out. Coach is still checking out there.
Well, there's certainly a lot of game left, but this was the start that Conard was looking for.
Well, they're trying to make sure that the player's all right on the ground. It is a hot day, too. Of course, so that's not helping anybody's case. So he does get up. He's on his feet. It looks like he's going to come off.
Hopefully nothing serious there. I don't think anybody works harder than Jeff Nyman out there.
Yeah, and Nyman, of course, has been the starter out there for the Titans all season long, out in center field. But it is good to see that he is walking off on his own power. Holding his arm there.
Yeah, you hate to see that. Senior Lennox Velez.
That'll be Lennox. Yeah, Lennox Velez coming up to the plate next.
Looks like Grant's going to take a couple warm-up pitches after a long delay.
They're going to move Matt LeBrecq now in center field. He was the DH. So he'll come in and replace Nyman, and of course, LeBrecq is an outfielder. He's played the position before. He's a pro out there.
He's a great athlete. He's played everywhere on the field.
And Chase, that's the thing about Nick Sanford's line. I mean, you should know, right, because you're a Titan alum, that he has a great lineup. He could put pretty much anybody anywhere out there on the field. And so now with an injury here to Nyman, he's able to just place LeBrecq out there.
Yeah, a lot of these guys can play anywhere and just help their team out as best they can. I know they shift over all the time. Just a bunch of athletes.
Yeah, and that's what they put it. They put it like that themselves. I've had the pleasure of talking with not only the coach, but with some of the players as well. And throughout the season, they mentioned that they're just a really athletic team, a lot of multi-sport athletes. LeBrecq, one of them, as Velez hits this one foul off his shoulder. And Lebrec's one of them. He played football.
Yeah, for sure. I think I played multiple sports all throughout high school. I think that helps a lot, just like staying agile, not always putting all your eggs in one basket. Just help kind of build like a full athlete.
As this one grounded to short, Sharkey has some trouble with it. And that will end up scoring a couple runs. And here come the Red Wolves here. Sean, how important is it for them to get ahead on this lead?
Listen, that was a big at-bat with Lennox being down 0-2. Did a good job at putting the ball in play the opposite way.
It picks up 2 for the price of 1. It's a 2 RBI single for him. Call that actually. They're going to call that an error. So.
Yeah, I think so.
So he'll reach on the error, but they'll still score 2 4-0. The Red Wolves lead it. Outside, bring up Ryan Roach.
Good hitter here, but he's going to be real picky with a 2-0 count in this situation, still with nobody out.
Roach a lefty. Batter. And Davidson not used to allowing this many runs. This might be the most he's allowed all season in a single inning. This guy is a big contact guy, like Chase said earlier. Draws the ground ball a lot. It's the fly out. I see a lot of guys find their way on base. The Red Wolves are doing a good job about getting players on base right now. So this one is grounded. Short. Sharkey fields it. Toss to first. Is in time. So there is the first out for the Titans.
You saw Sharkey charge the ball, and fantastic play. Closing the gap there, making a big out here early in the first.
Yeah, he didn't want anything getting past him this time. Then that'll bring up Lane Heaney, the 8-hole hitter. Chops this one, but foul.
Hall really no choice here but to have all the infielders in, trying to shut down that that 5th run with 1 out.
Yeah, Chase, you said earlier, this guy can force the ground ball. And he'll try to do it here, right?
Yeah, for sure. If it comes at him hard enough, I'm sure they can get the play at home. Maybe hold the runner to third, but ground ball would be very useful right here.
We'll see what Davidson can get here. He gets the ground ball there. O'Neal has some trouble with it. Thought about home. Throws to first instead. They are going to come safe.
A little bit of indecision there where he wanted to go with it, allowing Heaney to get down the line and be safe at first.
Yeah, he had a bobble there. He thought about going to home on that play, and Chase, that indecision, you know, obviously it didn't work out for him this time, but he did a pretty good job off the bobble, would you say?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he had the right idea at first with the runner crashing right on the ground, and made it pretty close over at first.
So now runners on the corner, still 1 away, and that'll bring in Jameson Lamoureux. J-Mo, as he's better known.
Sure is.
That's the thing about these West Hartford teams. I mean, you got a 9-hole hitter like J-Mo. I mean, this is a guy who would not be a 9-hole hitter at a lot of other teams, right, Sean?
Absolutely. A lot of speed at the plate. And all kinds of opportunity here to be creative with still just 1 out with runners in scoring position.
Both of these teams loaded with talent on really both ends of the field, but also in their lineups. Talk about the 7, 8, 9. You got different combos of very good contact, good speed. In this case, Jamie Alerte, the 9-hole hitter for the Titans. I think he'd find his way into the 4, 5, 6 spot on another team.
There's no question.
That one gets through. It's a pretty good hit. He'll bring in a run too on an RBI single. Good piece of hitting from J-Mo.
Great piece of hitting, and station to station there. No risk in sending Heaney there with 1 out.
Well, I talked with Corey Carlson the other day at Conard. They were doing practice the other day. I had the chance to talk with him, and he told me, he said he wanted this game to be a lot more competitive than it was last time. Last time, Conard wasn't able to get a run on, and here they have 6 already.
Well, we said it in the open. These guys are all friends with each other. They played without each other all the way up through youth, so anything goes.
Yeah, it's always a nice game. And, the players are, I had a chance to talk to the players as well on both sides, and, everybody was really excited about this game. They were excited because, they had grown up with these kids. They played with them, in the summer with, post-96 Legion, and that's just so special. The bond that these guys have.
There's no question.
As the runner will move his way to second. Now second and third. Corey actually put it best the other day. He said he's got respect for the Titans, but, it's just like what the players are, right? The hats are off 2 games a year.
Well, once they're inside the lines, everybody wants to win.
That one is grounded to Sharkey. Throw to first, a little off. The throw to Panarella. So he'll be safe. Make it 7-0 here. Here comes Nick Sanford. Well, he's going to come in, and looks like the Titans do have somebody warming up over there.
Well, I think Davidson's doing a pretty good job after a first couple batters pitching to contact.
He's getting those ground balls, and Chase, you talked about that. That's going to be really important for him to keep getting those, but how more important is it for Hall to kind of buckle up on their defense?
Yeah, I mean, with a little struggle in the beginning, the walks came back and bit him with some struggles on the defense. Kind of just have to have your pitchers back in those moments.
So we'll see here how the Titans adjust. That mental game is going to be playing a big factor, though. Huh?
Yeah, for sure. Baseball's a game of a lot of highs and lows, and can't really get too high, too low at any point. This game's not over for sure. Hall's got a lot of good hitters, and they can very easily come back with their bats.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it all season long. I mean, talk about in their last 9 games, they're on a 9-game winning streak right now as the runner will go to second, now second and third. The ball there, you should bunt. They're on a 9-game winning streak right now, and in that 9-game winning streak, 4 of those wins are mercy rule victories.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. Kind of goes to show that they aren't out of any game.
And they also have 4 shutouts in that span as well. I mean, this is a team that is particularly good on the defense, but really it's that offense that we really want to point out. I mean, this is a team that could come back from a deficit like this.
Looks like they were looking at a safety squeeze here early in the count, but that call is now off.
And he 1 for 1 today. Swings at this one, pops it up. Alerte there to make the grab. Panarella was trying to grab it on the run, too. Looks like there was a little bit of a miscommunication there.
Yeah, for sure. Those can get dangerous sometimes. Glad no full-on collision happened there.
And Alerte stuck with it, too.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Not an easy play for the catcher there.
Panarella kind of whacked him there with his shoulder like it's football. That'll bring up Colin Walsh. Walsh reached on base last time up, and he hits a grounder here on the dive. And his Hanawald here, he saved that ball from going out into the outfield. He wasn't able to make a play, but Chase, that's a heck of a play from your brother there.
Yeah, great job keeping the runner on third from scoring. That gets the outfield. We're looking at another run.
Big deal saving that run there.
I mean, not even just another run. We're talking extra base hit. I mean, double, maybe even a triple. Walsh has got some pretty good wheels, so.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a ball that Hanawata has just saved. Runner goes. That pitch a strike. No throw as Walsh will pick up a bag there. Moves up 90 feet. Now runners on second and third. 2 gone, though. And Andrew Weiss up to bat.
He's got no 2 count here, so he's just looking to put the ball in play here.
The pitch. Weiss smokes this one. Up towards the shortstop. Sharkey on the run. Turns his whole body. Can't make the play, but that was a heck of a throw from Sharkey.
Yeah, that was impressive. He was far in the 5-6 hole. Kind of looked a little Jeter-esque.
That's right. It was a little Jeter-esque. Here comes Sanford once again. His second visit on the mound here in this inning. The Red Wolves have already batted around here.
Well, Grant's at 40 pitches, and this may have something to do with looking ahead to the tournament because Grant's had a fantastic year on the hill.
Yeah, just the one blemish this game, and he's been one of the top arms. He is going to come off, so we'll have a new pitcher. We'll tell you all about it when we come back. We'll take a break. You're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI as we have a new pitcher in the ball game. Chase, you want to tell us a little bit about Alex Rebors?
Yeah, Alex is kind of similar to Grant, big contact guy. He's tough to hit. He's going to get you ground balls. Got a lot of dancing stuff. My brother's grown up with him, so I've seen him play a lot, and it's been fun watching him get better as well.
A run will come in there on the throw from behind the plate. Went into the outfield. Yeah, Rebors, a senior. And we've seen him pitch a bunch. He's no stranger to a spot like this. He frequently comes out in relief. As this one is flown into right field, Sauer tracking it down is there to make the grab for the out. So Rebors comes in, immediately gets out of the inning, but not before the Red Wolves strike for 10 runs. 10-0 the score. We've played one. We head to the second. Back here on WHCI with Sean Farley and Chase Hannawalt. This is Anthony Altamirano here as we're getting ready for the second inning. Daigle back out there for the Red Wolves. And it'll be Kyle Sharkey the first to face him.
And the Titans are just thinking about getting on base here.
Yeah, as a player, Chase, what is the mentality here now that they have a chance to bat down double digits?
Yeah, so obviously this deficit can't be erased with one swing. You kind of have to scratch away slowly, hopefully put up some crooked numbers every inning, and before you know it, you'll be right back into the game.
And Sean, as a coach, what do you think, Nick and Rick, as well as Dave Masters and them, are saying to their players right now?
Yeah, they're settling them down. They know there's a lot of game left and there's a lot of talent, so one at bat at a time, just like Chase just talked about.
We Daigle to face him off. It's a 2-1 count now. Sharkey getting his first cuts of the game. Sharkey's got some good speed. There'll be trouble if he gets on the base paths. There's a strike there.
And on the other side of it, Conard wants to play this like they're like it's a 0-0 game.
It's all about the mental part. Drop third strike. Sharkey going to run to first. Bella's on the jump. Able to make it for the first out.
That's a great job stepping inside by Cooney against the speedy Sharkey.
So they are able to get him out. Well, the first out. Well, that'll bring up Tommy Hussey, the senior, left fielder. Been playing a lot of right field lately, too. Predominantly a left fielder last season for the Titans. He's back out there in familiar territory for today's game. He'll take his first cuts of the ball game. Struggled a little bit this year, but last season he was one of the best hitters on the team. He was an all-CCC player last season. He's one of the big righty bats on Nick Sanford's squad. I'll tell you what hasn't left, though, Chase, is that defense.
Yeah, he's been good out there. I played with him when I was here as well. Always had a lot of power and big arm out there as a quarterback, too.
That's right, yeah. He's a quarterback of the football team. That football team has got a lot of baseball players on it,
Yeah,
LeBrec,
for sure.
Quinn O'Neill, Hussey. I don't know how Quinn would feel about me calling him a baseball player. He is committed to play football in the fall. I'm pushing, though. Rick and I are pushing for him to play baseball.
Yeah, maybe he could become a two-sport athlete over there, too.
Heck yeah. Three-sport athlete at Hall. He was a swimmer in the winter as well. Hussey, a multi-sport athlete, too. Of course, we talked about he played football. That arm, that's got to help him with the outfield.
Yeah, for sure. You always want some big arms out in the corner outfield. Just be able to gun someone down if they want to test you.
Fouls that one off. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have a quarterback playing outfield.
For sure.
We've seen him make a pretty amazing throw or two this season.
That was a great fight off to a great off-speed pitch outside.
Full count here. Daigle, the payoff pitch. That one just fouled off. He got under that one. Able to spin it backwards. He'll be looking to square it up on the next one, though. Pitch from Daigle. Gets under this one. Lifts it up. Shallow center field. On the run. Looks like Weiss grabbed it. Shortstop running all the way out to center. Hey, J-Mo's probably like, hey, this is my territory.
Yeah, you normally see the center fielder call that one off, but great job getting out there by Weiss, looking into the sun.
A good run there from Andrew, the senior. So that'll bring up Matt Panarella. Panarella had a pretty good game a couple games ago, 3 for 4, a couple RBIs. He's been the everyday first baseman for the Titans for a couple of years now. He's not afraid to swing that bat.
Titans are just looking to find a way to get on, and Red Wolves are thinking about throwing strikes and letting the ball get hit and play.
I'll tell you, though, it's so important for the Titans to kind of go back to the basics here as Panarella swings and grounds this one to Weiss. The toss to first is a little off target, but not in time regardless, as he is safe.
And he's going to stay right at first base given the situation.
Yeah, Panarella will stay there. Good throw from Weiss. It wouldn't have been in time anyway if it was on target. Panarella was definitely there ahead of the throw. Panarella and Weiss actually, of course, know each other pretty well. Grew up playing ball together. Panarella shouted him out the other day when I had a chance to talk to the guys over at Hall. And now he's got a chance to talk to the other first baseman in West Hartford, Lennox Velez. That must be so fun for them.
100%. These seniors are soaking this one in.
Couple of seniors over at first right now. In steps in Luce Sauer.
Lou is going to be joining the post-96 roster this summer, so we're excited about that.
So this one is fouled off. Panarella did go. He'll have to go back to first. You excited for post-96 this season?
Yeah, 100%. We've got a great summer set up for the kids, all 4 teams, zone play, but a lot more tournaments this year and multiple showcase opportunities for the older groups, so excited for that to get going here shortly.
You guys have the rosters all sorted out up to this point?
They are. Announcements went out yesterday, so obviously the high schools have to get their seasons wrapped up, but so there's a lot more to go before we get going.
As they are able to get out Sauer, so we will have to take a break, come back. The Red will still lead it up 10-0. We've played 1.5. Back here on WHCI with the Division I ball player Chase Sandoval and head coach of Post-96 Legion and Sean Farley. Both of these guys have blessed us with their appearances today. As Alex Rebor's back out there on the hill, and Alex Velez will be the first to face him this inning. He pops one up foul territory, and Quinn O'Neill unable to get that one. Looked like it could have been playable. Not sure what happened there.
I think you're right, Anthony.
But that'll be a foul. Chase, talk to us about Fordham.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Grateful for the opportunity that I was given to go play there. Really like the team. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a grind, but gotta love the game, you know.
Now, obviously, all these guys are trying to make it to the next level. It doesn't happen for everybody, but it happens for some. And there's a couple guys here who will be playing, maybe not baseball, but at least a collegiate sport at the next level, whether it's Division I, II, or III. Talk about kind of the process in high school that you went through with recruiters.
Yeah, so kind of just have to, as much as you're getting recruited, you kind of have to recruit the coaches as well. Send a lot of emails, just keep updating them what you're doing. Head to these showcases that all they have. Just make sure you're getting seen in any way.
And when you say recruit the coaches, as Bella strikes out, their big strikeout from Rebors, what are you doing specifically to recruit these coaches?
Yeah, so just starting in my junior year, I would send emails probably once every month, 2 months. Really just making sure they know who I am, getting myself out there, getting them to enjoy what they see. It's just important to keep in contact with them, and unfortunately, you kind of have to annoy them. Make sure you get seen.
And what would you say to some of the guys in high school now that are looking to get to kind of the next level?
I mean, it takes a lot for sure. The next level is definitely a grind, and if you want to do it, I mean, you got to spend a lot of time in high school. Not only like sending emails and all that, but really working on yourself and making sure you can be as good as you can. Just always working hard, off the field and on. Just trying to become the best person and player that you can possibly be.
Rebors facing off against Ryan Roach, 0 for 1 today. He lifts this one up into right field. Sauer there to make the grab for the out. Rebors kind of settling in here. Just here at pitcher 2, talk about kind of the mentality here for Rebors now that he's kind of settling in.
Yeah, so on the mound, you really you got to want to compete, and nibbling the edges of the zones kind of sometimes can, obviously you want to hit your spots, you want to paint your corners, but when it comes down to it, you just got to believe that whatever you have to offer on the mound that day is better than what's in the box. You just got to have a competitive mindset and really just fill the zone with whatever you got, and trust your pitches are better in the end.
As he will face off against Lane Heaney now.
Sophomore second baseman.
Yeah, and the Red Wolves got a couple of sophomores, a couple of freshmen too on the roster, and the Titans were a young roster last year. Now the Red Wolves are a young roster this year. It's funny kind of how these two teams go in cycles, and it's really important too, that development. We talked about it yesterday. We did on the broadcast, but the development here in West Hartford is almost second to none. That one grounded up towards short. Sharkey there to make the grab, toss to first.
Great job staying down on that ball.
For the out, so good inning there for the Titans. 10-0. We've played 2. The Red Wolves still up. Back here on WHCI, we get ready for the next half inning. It'll be the Titans up to bat now. They look to kind of get back into this. Be Jamie Alerte facing off against Wyatt Daigle. Last time Daigle started against the Titans, he was pulled in the first inning, and now he's here entering his third inning of work. That one goes sailing over Alerte's head.
Yeah, this was the start he was looking for, and with the situation, he's just looking to throw strikes at this point.
He was really excited to play in this game when I talked to him.
Of course he is. They all are, for sure.
I talked to, of course, both sides, and when I talked to the Red Wolves, they really wanted to get back for the game they played earlier in this season. They weren't too happy with their performance, and they really wanted this one.
100%. And they're off to a great start.
Pitch. That one is a little bit inside. Alerte getting his first cuts of the game. He's the 9-hole hitter and the catcher. Today's ball game, he's been the predominant catcher all season long for the Titans. Just a couple games at the beginning of the season. Quinn O'Neill did fill in for him while he was out. On deck, Matt LeBrecq. Daigle sets the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's Alerte there on a good pitch on a 3-2 count for the strikeout.
They're going to continue to go right at each other.
Just going to bring Matt LeBrecq up to the plate. LeBrecq is 0 for 1 today. We'll look to change that. A lefty hitter. He's got pretty good contact on his bat. Of course, he's a senior. Got Coach Sanford over at third and Coach Dave Masters over at first. Those guys are two pros. Sanford played Division I ball over at UMass, the Minutemen.
He sure did.
And he actually, when he was in high school, he played for Hall, but he was one of Dave Masters' players. That was when Dave Masters was in charge of Hall. And kind of full circle moment, right? You know, his dad growing up, big West Hartford guy. Rick Sanford is in the dugout as well, and then he was getting coached by Dave Masters, and now he's the head coach. This is his third season, and he was able to bring on his former high school coach, Dave Masters, and he's able to keep his dad on the staff too, and that is real special for him.
I know that means a lot to Coach Sanford, and obviously they're doing a great job with this squad in the last couple of years as well.
Yeah, it's just so important for both sides to kind of have that pedigree in both dugouts. And for Hall, they're certainly building something special here on this program under Nick Sanford. Was a strikeout there for LeBrecq, who for 2 now. She actually played under Coach Sanford for his first season. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was fun. He's a good coach for sure. He brought his experience from UMass and just being around the game for his whole life. We had a good year that year too. I know we struggled the year before, but senior year we flipped it around, had a good year. Very competitive team for sure.
Alex Reborz will do the drag bunt here. Daigle fields it, throws a little off. They're going to call him out regardless.
That's a great job by Velez, coming off the bag, getting in front, and then reaching back for a tag, an important third out.
Well, they are able to get him out, so it's at nothing. They still lead it. We've played 2. We head to the third. You're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI, Alex Rebor's back out there. Sean Farley ducked out for a moment. He'll be back hopefully momentarily, but I do have Chase Hanwalt still here with me. Alex Rebor's back out there on the hill. He pitched a pretty good last half inning. It'll be Jamison Lamoureux, the batter here. Here's the pitch. This one is fouled away. Talk about a little bit about your time. We didn't get a chance to fully hear your time with Nick Sanford. Talk about your experience with Coach Sanford.
Yeah, it was fun. Having a new coach can sometimes be tough, but he made the transition pretty easy. He really just, I mean, it was a pretty interactive relationship. We listened to him. He asked us what we thought, and I think that's what made us so successful.
J-Mo will get hit by the pitch, so he'll take his free pass. Yeah, every season at Hall that Nick has coached, this is his third. They have made the postseason. They've already punched their ticket this season, and that's pretty special. I mean, that's not easy to do.
No, definitely not. I know I think we didn't make it one year maybe, but yeah, it's definitely difficult. High school season's a grind with, and then you got to balance your outside of sports work, and he provided a lot of insight, a lot of information to help make everyone better on the field.
Now, while he has made the postseason every year under his tenure, the thing that he will be looking for this year and the coming years is trying to make a deep playoff run. That's something that he hasn't quite eclipsed yet, but he's got hope for this year.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good roster, a lot of talent all over the field. I think they're definitely capable. They have a good pitching staff, good bats. They can, obviously today is not working out very well, but I think if this team can start clicking, they can make it for sure a deep run.
Jamison Lamoureux finds his way over to second base. Ryan Cooney, the batter here, swings and misses at that one. Yeah, and that was like the expectation from the beginning when I talked to Coach Rick Sanford at the beginning of the year and really in the offseason. He told me that, this is a tough schedule. Nick built a tough schedule for these boys. And, well, he put it as this kind of, Sean. He said, no cupcakes is what he said. and that's good, though, because that kind of prepares the kids for what's to come in the postseason. Last season, of course, they lost to Manchester in the first round, and he said there was still a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth. And they already got their revenge, right, Chase? A couple weeks ago, they got their revenge on Manchester. The Red Hawks definitely felt the revenge and the wrath of the Titans in the rematch.
Yeah, that was a big game for them. They came out firing with the bulletin board material from the year before, but I think they're looking past that, looking forward to the tournament and the CCCs.
As they strike out there, Cooney Rebor is settling in now, looking pretty good up to this point. It'll be about slowing down the Red Wolves to give the Titans offense a chance to try to get back into this one. They step off and do it again. Yeah, Hall has had some pretty tough games this season. And it's just been so fun to watch them succeed. Of course, they're on a 9-game win streak now. It's the longest since at least 2012. We can't go back any farther. If we could, we would, I promise. But we only have access to 2012, and it's the longest since at least then. But, talk to Rick Sanford. He said this might be the longest ever.
I mean, that's possible. Baseball's a weird game. Things can go not your way. You can line out 21 times in a row. You can get a bunch of bloop knocks. So putting together 9 wins in a row just goes to show how talented they are.
That one grounded to short, tossed to first is going to be in time.
Another great play by Sharkey coming in on the baseball. And you mentioned that tough schedule, 14-4 record. They've done a good job up until this point.
Yeah, and funny thing, too, is 3 of their 4 losses are one-run ball games, Sean. And you know, a couple extra hits, you know, in those games, and we could be looking at a very different record right now. Only 1 loss at home this season, only 1 loss at home last season. They've had the home dominance for sure. It's about the road, really. Their 1 loss this year is to Southington, who's currently ranked in the Connecticut Insider's top 10 best teams in the state. So not a bad loss to have as your only loss on the year. And that was a competitive game, too. This one is grounded to Panarella. He'll field that himself, step on the bag at first for the out. Rebor's able to get out of it. The Walsh goes grounded out. 10-0, though. The Red Wolves still lead it. Pretty good game, boys.
Yeah.
Rebor's done a really good job here settling in and getting ahead in the count.
They'll look to continue it when we come back. You're watching WHCI.
Jeffrey Nyman.
Jeff, Nyman, or Josh, but Josh normally does it before he shows up, but it is a process.
Jeff, definitely. Jeff's always doing some extra stuff, but he's locked in, so.
That would be Jeff. He likes to rap a lot of different things, and yeah, always comes down a little bit later than everyone else, but.
Could also be me. I like to go to, shout out Mr. Davis. I like to spend some time with him before games, get my wrist taped and all that stuff, put some sunscreen on. I burn, so.
Probably Matt LeBrecq. He's legally blind.
Probably myself. Yeah, I'm legally blind in my right eye, so yeah.
Probably Finn Nelson.
That's terrible.
He's just got just a bad aura to him. So, yeah, he wouldn't do good.
That would be Matt LeBrecq, yeah. He needs contacts to just even drive somewhere, so yeah, I don't really trust him.
Tommy Hussey. He likes to look at strikes as if they're balls, so Tommy Hussey. Just kidding, love you, Huss.
That is a crime.
Yes, it is.
That's ridiculous.
That is a misdemeanor. Yeah, that is brutal.
I think it's a little zesty. I don't know if it's a crime. It's not for me, but there are some that feel like it.
Absolutely. If anyone does that, they should not be able to eat pizza ever again.
Yes, best pizza. It's the best pizza. It's delicious.
Back here on WHCI as we get ready for the start of the 4th. A pretty one-sided game up to this point, but the Titans have kind of slowed down the Red Wolves.
They have, and Wyatt Daigle at 50 pitches is still in good shape here.
Daigle is a senior, of course, and this game means a lot to him and to many others. And he'll be going up against Max Sandoval. And Chase, you obviously know him, I would say pretty well, right? Maybe? I mean, maybe you don't know him that well.
Decent relationship.
You guys got a pretty athletic family going on, right? You're D1. And correct me if I'm wrong, your father was D1, your mother was D1.
Yeah.
Is anybody in your family not D1?
Well, so far Max, but I think he's definitely going to be able to do it.
I think he's a junior in high school. You got to cut him a little slack.
Yeah, right. Max is going to watch his back like, I haven't had the chance.
He'll get there, for sure.
He draws a walk. That'll bring up Quinn O'Neill, multi-sport athlete, of course. But really, seriously, I mean, the whole family's athletic, right? Aunts, uncles, grandparents too, or is it just the household, or what is it?
Yeah, I mean, I really think it might be just our household, but I mean, a lot of my family played sports throughout high school. Just we were granted with a little more to be able to take it to the next level and just keep working at it.
Well, that's just so awesome, and of course, the ultimate goal for any Division I athlete is to make it to the pro level, and I'm sure you have that on your radar.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a dream of mine. I'm going to keep trying my best to get there.
Connecticut has had no shortage of MLB players, that's for sure. This is a state with rich baseball history, and we've seen it in the Central Connecticut Conference, too. George Springer comes to mind.
Yep.
New Britain's very own.
Yeah, and then there's some pitchers in the last 3 years taking the first and second rounds.
That one is hit pretty well into right field. O'Neill is able to hit that one. It ends up in the warning track. Here comes Hannawell rounding third, headed home. There comes the first run of the ball game. Quinn O'Neill has an RBI triple.
And that's what the Titans were looking for.
We talked about his power, and you see it there. Hits this one pretty well into right field. Chase, this is a college baseball field. This is not Hall. This is real.
Yeah, for sure. I think that one might have snuck out at Hall. Sometimes the park holds the ball in. We've definitely experienced that up at school, and then sometimes the park never holds the ball in. Every field's a little different. That was an impressive swing. Gave it a long ride.
370 in the gap. He did a great job letting the ball travel.
Well, O'Neill leads the team in extra base hits this season. That is his third triple of the year, if you could believe it. He's got double digits in extra base hits, leads the team in batting average, RBIs, total hits, and extra base hits.
Yeah.
This guy, one of the best in the CCC, batting average north of 400, so not too shocking to see him do that. Chase, it's not too late to convince him to play baseball.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this season can maybe swing him a little bit. I mean, it certainly looks like he'd have a chance.
Well, it'll be Kyle Sharkey up to the plate now. So he's got that speed. There you go. You give some he taps up Quinn right there. And he's having a chat with Nick Sanford over by the third base line as Corey Carlson comes out, try to talk to Daigle in a big spot here. What do you think he's telling him, Sean?
He's just settling him down, letting him know he's all positive in that visit for sure, letting him get a little breath.
Maybe tell a joke or two?
I don't know if he's going to tell a joke in that situation, but Daigle's off to a great start here, so we're running around third base. All the Red Bulls are looking for is an out here.
Corey, of course, has done a great job with the Red Bulls this season. I mean, you're close with those guys too, so you'd know better than I. But I mean, it just seems like everybody just loves the new change. You know, obviously it was sad to see Brendan Smith go, but he's a busy guy too.
Brendan Smith did a lot for this program. I was lucky to have him coach my older boy years back, but the Conard community is thrilled to have Coach Carlson on board with his new staff.
Sharkey draws the walk there for the Titans, puts runners on the corners now, puts Tommy Hussey, the senior, up to bat. Yeah, I mean, Corey, he seems like he just loves being at Conard. When I talked to him the other day, he seemed like he was really excited about this team, but also the future of Conard. And talking with the kids, I mean, they really seem to love Corey. They have a great deal of respect for him, and it seems like everybody's real thrilled with Corey.
Good snap throw there by Cooney. For sure the team's bought in, and he's bringing a culture of winning and hard work.
Of course, he comes from, I wouldn't say too far away, Northwest Catholic, right in town. Of course, one of the two prep schools in West Hartford. Of course, if you go back even farther, I mean, he's familiar with the color red. He grew up in Berlin.
He sure did.
Home of the Redcoats. I actually asked him the other day how hard it was to change his wardrobe from green to red, and he said not too bad. You know, he laughed at the question, honestly. But he said it wasn't too hard. He grew up in a town with a lot of red, so not too hard of an adjustment there. As a ground ball from Hussey, that will bring in a run, and it will also advance the runner Sharkey to second. Hussey does go out on the ground out, but basically a swinging bunt, honestly.
Yeah, nice job by Roche going to his backhand and getting it important out there.
So Hussey does ground out, brings in a run, though. Now an 8-run deficit as they slowly chip away. That brings up the senior captain in Matt Panarella, one of 5 captains that Hall has. That one is in there for a strike.
And that was part of that mound visit. I'm certain that we're pitching from ahead here, so good job getting ahead.
Big swing and a miss there. That was a big cut. What do you think he was thinking there, Chase?
Yeah, I mean, he's in a 0-1 count, just kind of looking forward to stinging one, hopefully. But now he's got to change the approach, shorten up a little bit, just put the ball in play. Hopefully advance the runner and maybe score him.
That one fouled backwards. He's in protect mode now, guys.
For sure. Wyatt's been racking up some strikeouts, so I know he wants to put the ball in play. Just keep the hopes alive.
Ground ball to the right side would do a lot of good right now.
Yeah, and Panarella's got good opposite power, too. So it would find its way in the outfield, and there it is. Finds its way in the outfield for a base knock. Advances the runner. Well, look at that, Sean. Should we buy a lottery ticket? We predict the future? What is this?
Well, Chase called it. He changed his approach with 2 strikes and did a great job.
Hey, boys, do we have the winning numbers? Call us Nostradamus up here in the press box. All right, I'll bring up Lou Sauer, the right fielder. He's 0 for 1 today. We'll look to change that. Sanford talking with his runners, motioning them. Dave Masters is talking to Panarello over at first, telling him he's got 1 out.
It's likely we won't see a throw here on a steal.
There's Panarella. That pitch, a ball. Throw to second. Little off target. And now here comes Sharkey. Finds his way home. That'll bring in a run.
And the Red Wolves were aggressive there with a sizable lead and went for the out and just missed.
Now here come the Titans. Down but not out. When you look at the Titans and their runs allowed this season, Conard will be happy to hear this. This is the second game all season that Hall has allowed double-digit runs. They have not allowed that more than once coming into this game. Southington was the only team they allowed 10-plus runs to. This is a team that is real good at pitching, real good at defense. They don't allow many runs, guys. They came into this one with a run differential plus 70-something. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
This Conard team wanted it, though. So they come in, and for the first time since April 10th, the Titans have allowed 10-plus. That was the only other time they did so. That was a 13-9 loss, their only home loss. That was to, of course, Southington, who found themselves in the top 5 in the most recent rankings in the state. Titans actually received votes for the top 10 spots, but they didn't quite make the cut. I talked to Nick Sanford about if he pays attention to that as the runner goes. No throw. It is a ball, and he will be safe at third. Now runner at third with 1 gone. When I talked to Nick, though, he said he doesn't really think about stuff like that. And he said he actually preferred to be outside the top 10 because he wants teams to underestimate his squad going into the playoffs.
Yeah, that underdog mentality always gives you a little bit more of a competitive edge. Just not many people believing in you. Just show them what you got.
And Sean, you're a coach. I'm sure you'd feel the same way, but I'm sure you've run into scenarios like that where you'd rather your teams be underestimated.
Yeah, and they're aggressive, and Nick's going to do a good job despite the strong start to the season, keeping them grounded and preparing for the postseason. But right now, I think their focus is on coming back and getting into this ball game.
So wide Daigle will come off in a move here where the Titans are threatening, and a good moment to switch it up for Corey Carlson's side. Daigle is at 72 pitches, so a good switch up there to kind of change the pace. So we'll have a new pitcher. We'll talk about it when we come back. You're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI as Jamie Alerte comes in to the plate. The runners on the corners, 1 out. He fouls this one back. We have a new pitcher in the ballgame. It's the younger Weiss. It's Sammy Weiss.
Yeah, and Sammy's done a great job as a freshman. He may lead the team in innings pitched all year. Consistent strike thrower in a big spot for the young freshman.
Yeah, he's a second baseman and a pitcher. He pitches right, throws right. He's got a 5-pitch repertoire as they have Sauer move up 90 feet to second. Now second and third one gone. Sammy's a pitcher who can toss a 4-seam, 2-seamer, or a changeup, a curveball, and he's got a slider too. There's a lot of pitches for a freshman. That one grounded to short, tossed to first. Velez gets it on the scoop.
That's a great play by Velez at first, and the Red Wolves will trade that run for the out there.
Yeah, so now 10-4. Well, the Red Wolves still hold on to that lead. John, you've been a coach a long time. 5 pitches. For me, that seems like a lot for a freshman.
It does. I don't know that. We may have to validate that over the next couple of innings.
So, Sammy, this is self-reported. That's true. This is what Sammy says. He's got a 4-seamer. He says he's got a 2-seam, a changeup, a curveball, and a slider. Now, that's from him.
Well, one of the
whether he actually has that, I guess you would know better.
Yeah, I've coached Sammy for a while, and there's no shortage of confidence, and he's doing a great job.
That one is going to be an infield single that brings up another run. Matt Lebrecht gets his first hit of the game. Chase, that couldn't have come in a bigger spot.
Yeah, I mean, they're calling back. They put up 5 here. One more 5 spot, and the game's tied.
That'll bring up our next hitter here. With Matt Lebrecht at first, Alex Rebors gets a chance. He's 0 for 1 today. Rebors is a senior. Hits this one. Oh, look at this. Where Andrew would have been, it gets right there. Rebors gets a single. John, we saw that play the other day at Hall, but obviously you've seen it here now. Tell us a little bit about.
Well, it's a favorable count, and that very well could have been a hit and run with a favorable count, but a great job putting the ball in play, advancing a runner.
Of course, that couldn't have worked out perfectly for them, too, because obviously Andrew would have been there to make the play had he not been covering the bag. Hannawalt swings and hits this one sky high. Second baseman Heaney is there to make the grab for the out. Well, they get out of the inning, but not before the Titans are up for 5 runs. It's a 5-run ball game here as we head to the home half of the 5th. Back here on WHCI as we get ready for the home half of the fourth. It'll be the Titans back trying to slow down these Red Wolves. That one is in there for a strike. Does find the strike zone.
Red Wolves are looking to get back into this thing now with their cleanup hitter leading off.
And Rebor's back out there on the hill to face Andrew Weiss. And he's going to get hit by the pitch, though. So he'll take a free pass there. Weiss has got some wheels.
He did a great job staying in there.
Think we'll see a steal here?
I think with a 5-run lead, I don't think so. I think we're going to be a little bit more conservative than that. It all depends on the mindset of the coach right now, how aggressive he wants to be.
Well, Rebords is checking, so he is aware that Weiss has got the wheels.
And you got a good arm behind the dish with an alerte.
Now, obviously, at these lower levels, you could kind of go over there as many times as you want, but as you kind of progress up the ranks, Chase, you know about this a little bit, as you start to get restricted.
Yeah.
How many times you can go over there. Is that a hard adjustment, kind of?
It's definitely a lot different adjusting to the pitch clock. It's kind of a whole new game, basically. It's another thing to be paying attention to. At school, we only get one step off if you're not going to throw it, but we're not quite at the point where you get limited on how many times you can throw over to a base. I know that changes in professional, but it's definitely another thing to think about and have in the back of your mind.
Yeah, and really everything's different for you guys. I had the pleasure of calling collegiate baseball this year with Post University, and the game is really different. When you look at it, it's really fun to watch. You have 2 games instead of 1 on a game day, right? So you have a 9-inning and then you have a 7-inning game, and then you obviously have the pitch clock, and these guys have pitch comms, and it's all this new stuff that you don't see at the high school level, and you kind of wonder, like, man, how do these guys adjust so quickly? I'm seeing freshmen, and they're playing like they've been doing this for a while, and it's like, I know you didn't have that in high school, man. Yeah, so the fall season is, we don't necessarily play other teams, but a lot of schools are playing each other, playing games every single day. So the more reps you get, the more innings against each other, just getting acclimated to it, just starts to become a second nature. Yeah, it's that fall ball. They do it in the fall, and really, and of course you would be able to speak on this better than myself, but these guys are, you only see them in the spring. Yeah. You guys are playing all year round. Yeah, basically. I mean, we have our fall season from August to November, get a little Thanksgiving break, maybe a little Christmas break, and as soon as we get back from winter break, we're going right after it, going live almost every day up until our February 14th start, and then it's 55 more games from there. It's really nonstop. See, that's so amazing to me. I mean, it's the stuff you don't see, on TV. You see these guys and you're like, wow, these guys are pretty good, but it's the work that you're not seeing. You guys are almost, every day you're out there. Yeah. This is going to be a double play there. A good hit. Ball went back to Rebors, and they're able to get the twin killing there. And a big double play there, Sean.
And he did a great job hesitating, if you saw that, letting Sharkey get into position to make sure we got the first out. And then obviously turn 2.
And turn 2, they are able to get 2 for the price of 1, as that'll bring up Lennox Velez, the lefty hitter. Yeah, it's amazing to me, really, Chase. You guys, you're working every day pretty much. I mean, you guys don't really get days off, right? I mean, you guys are practicing pretty much every day. Yeah, basically. I mean, we get 1 day off. We're lifting 4 or 5 times a week, along with some long practices and days at the field, but wouldn't really trade for anything. Well, we want to thank you for joining us. We know we got to let you go here, but thank you for joining the stream here and talking with us for a couple innings, Chase. Yeah, thank you guys.
Good to see you, Chase.
Well, we'll take a break here and come back. We've played 4 5-run ball game here in the capital city. Looking at Fondella Field Facts. Stadium hosted its first game on March the 29th, 2006. It was originally named the Hartford Baseball Field, which was later renamed to Fondella in 2009. It's got some dugouts, batting cages, a scoreboard over that left field fence, and a capacity of over 1,500 total spectators. So some Fondella facts, right, Sean?
Absolutely. In the backup, Rebor's served up just what the doctor had ordered with a less than 10 pitch inning to get Hall back up at the plate.
Be Sammy Weiss back out there for the Red Wolves as Quinn O'Neill steps in. He hit an RBI triple his last time up. He's 1 for 2 today. The Red Wolves working with a 5-run lead here. That one is in there for a strike. O'Neill didn't like the call there.
And that's what you've seen from the young freshman so far this year, is hitting his spots.
Well, he is going to be making his way to first there. And he does reach base. Yeah, and Weiss, a freshman, you know. I mean, obviously his brother Andrew, a senior, and his older brother is he's graduated college, or he's about to.
He is, and Andrew is going to attend University of Indiana next year.
Well, that'll be so fun for all of them, and of course, another Weiss here on the hill. One of the future of the Red Wolves. He's going to be so good by the time he's a senior.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for the young freshman. Again, leading the team in innings, I believe.
That'll bring up Kyle Sharkey. He's 0 for 1 today. Got a runner at first now with O'Neill. O'Neill's got some wheels. He might steal here. Who knows? Nick Sanford. He's definitely, there it is. There's a sign there from Sanford. I don't know Sanford signs, so I don't.
Well, we're going to find out if you're right.
We're going to find out if that was the sign to steal. Looks like it wasn't. You know, I will say, though, Sanford was a shortstop, an all-state shortstop back in his heyday. And I love when Hall grounds those foul balls his direction, because you kind of get a step back in time and see Nick, you know, field some grounders.
Well, he's going to get a chance in our alumni game on June 6th at Dunkin' Donuts Park to show off his skills.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one to watch. It'll be good to see Nick back at shortstop as Sharkey does draw a walk there. So now the Titans putting the pressure on, and it looks like we do have somebody warming up for the Red Wolves over there. I assume, Sean, I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, you're a coach, but in a spot like this, unless it gets too bad, you probably will be leaving Sammy out there.
Well,
at least another run, maybe 2, right?
Well, he's not going to want to give up the lead, so we'll see what happens here the next at bat. Looks like you got another freshman warming up in the pen, Will Canes, it looks like.
That'll bring up Tommy Hussey with O'Neill at second, Sharkey at first. Hussey 0 for 2 today. This will be a good time for him to change that.
Conard's just looking for an out here, any way they can get one.
That's a good take there from Hussey. And a big spot here for the Titans. Nobody out.
It's a good count to hit here. He's looking for something he can do damage.
Weiss checks the runners, the pitch. That one outside. And the crowd cheers here as they await the next pitch. A 3-1 count for Tommy Hussey. 2 runners on, nobody on. A 5-run deficit here in the top of the 5th. Hussey swings, lifts this one into center field. Lamoureux there to make the grab for the out.
It's a great job settling down by the young freshman, getting important first out.
Well, that was a big spot there, and a good out for the Red Wolves. So that'll bring up Matt Panarella. Panarella having himself a heck of a day. 2 for 2 today. Looking to make it 3 for 3. One upstairs for a ball. Panarella, good contact hitter. Has good opposite field power. I mean, he can drive the ball to the deepest parts of the ballpark. Hits this one back towards our direction. Good thing that they have the netting up.
Important first strike there.
So 1-1 to Panarella. Weiss eyes him down, checks over at second, over at O'Neill. Now the pitch. O'Neill runs. This one swung on, gets under it into foul territory. Velez on the run, able to make the grab for the out. That will be the second out, and O'Neill will retreat back to second base. Big out there, back-to-back outs, Sean.
Yeah, young freshman settling down after a rough start to the inning.
And the young Weiss, up to this point, performing really well here. Well, that'll bring up Luce Sauer. Sauer, a junior. He's on the Varsity Titans team last season as well. One of the many sophomores that have now turned into juniors this season. Fouls this one off. Just a little late on that one.
Just a little bit, but looks like Weiss is doing a good job hitting his spots now. Dangerous lineup, so they're not looking to throw anything right down the middle for sure.
Yeah, and of course, over the next couple of years, something that you guys will be helping Sammy with will be obviously control, but as well as velocity. Talk about kind of the process that you guys do to help these young pitchers.
Well, these guys are working out, 12 months a year, and I know under Coach Carlson's leadership, they've done a good job with that. But they'll have a chance to play this summer, take a break in the fall, and then start their bullpen sessions up in the winter.
And obviously, it's a topic that not a lot of people like to bring up, but, there is always the ever so looming fact that Tommy John is a thing now.
Yeah.
These pitchers throw a lot harder than they did, 15, 20 years ago at this level.
I think we do a better job these days, monitoring and take care of arm health and protecting the players.
It's something that everybody always, of course, thinks about. You got a guy who can throw hard, and then it's like, wow, he's throwing 90, but then it's like, you got to be careful with those elbows.
Sure.
So Sauer here with a full count, 2 outs, 2 on. 10-5, the Red Wolves lead it here in the top of the 5th. Sauer is 0 for 1 today. He looks to change that here. Weiss looking to get out of the inning. Payoff pitch. Goes outside, ball 4, so he'll load him up here. And now...
Might have a mound visit coming up here.
Yeah, we'll see if Carlson will come out. He's thinking about it. It looks like he backed off. He thought about coming out here. Ron Cooney did go up and talk to Sammy. And it looks like Carlson will retreat back towards the dugout. He thought about coming out, though, Sean.
This is a big spot in the game for both teams.
Titans only trail by 5. The game-tying run is on deck right now. That one is upstairs. Jamie Olerte, 0 for 2 today. The 9-hole hitter, the start of the order is on deck, Sean, or the Titans.
Yeah, this is a big at-bat.
That one fouled back.
Alerte's looking to hit the ball hard somewhere, and Conard's just trying to find it out.
That's a lot of faith that Carlson is putting into a freshman right now. The bases loaded in a game this close. That's that trust that he has in his players. Oh, that one hits him. So Alerte gets hit, and he gets hyped. So O'Neill will walk home after the hit by pitch, and now the tying run is slowly walking up to the plate. It is Matt Lebrecht. He represents the tying run here. And Sammy Weiss will come out of the game. So Corey Carlson will go to the bullpen once again in a big spot here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. We'll take a break and come back. We'll tell you all about who is replacing Sammy Weiss. Back here on WHCI, Matt Lebrecht steps in, and in comes in another freshman, Sean. This is Will Keynes.
Yeah, both freshmen this year had a lot of opportunity, so a big spot for Keynes coming in here, trying to stop the bleeding.
Well, with 2 outs, bases loaded, this is a big of a spot here. Carlson takes the ball from one freshman, gives it to another, this time a southpaw. in Canes. He'll get another opportunity here. Try to get the Red Wolves out of this jam that they're in. Lebrecht is 1 for 3 today. And right now he's looking to get his team a little bit closer as they slowly chip away at the deficit that they found themselves in. Big swing and a miss there from Lebrecht, though.
Yeah, we've got a 1-2 count, so nothing too good to hit here with a great catcher behind the dish.
Ooh, that one inside. Did it hit him? It did. So that hit Lebrecht. It looked like it hit him on his shoulder.
It sure did.
So he looks to be okay. Dave Masters at first base checking on him. Looks to be all right.
And he did a great job staying in there for an RBI opportunity.
Yeah, so that'll bring in another run as it's now a 3-run ball game here. That brings up Alex Rebors. He's 1 for 2, and he represents the go-ahead run for the Titans. He looks at a ball there. Big spot for both teams, really. The Red Wolves trying to protect and the Titans trying to attack. Swing and a miss at a ball inside.
Yeah, he helped him out there.
Yeah, that was a pitch he probably wishes he could take back right now out there at the plate. Swung on. This one hit foul territory. Roach is there to make the grab and get out of this inning, but not before the Titans score a couple runs. And they've made this one interesting. 10-7 your score. They've played 4.5 here at Fondell Field.
Well, for me, it's the first time actually doing it, coming over, being my first year here. But, you know, it's definitely the rivalry and kids from the same town competing against each other is, you know, one of the things that makes it special for the kids. And it's a great rivalry. And, you know, to have the great venue like University of Hartford is a great thing for the kids. It's a great thing for the town. And just to get out there and compete against your rival is a great thing.
Since it's like our rival, it's always a big game. It's fun. A lot of people come out, so it'll be a fun game.
Yeah, I think I have like a lot of kids I played baseball with my whole life. Shout out Andrew Weiss. I played with him like my whole life. And it's definitely cool to play against them. Crosstown rivalry is always fun. So.
Like I said earlier, just playing against my friends, and I think I played football, and it's just an awesome environment. Everybody's there, a lot of fans and whatnot, so yeah, I like that.
Just the overall community, everyone coming together, support both sides, no matter what side. There's a lot of people there, even if you don't necessarily support a side, you're still coming.
I think what makes it special is like just like the fact that we've all been playing against each other for so long, and it's the last game for those seniors to play against the other kids on the other side of town, and just the last chance to compete. I've been in attendance of the Mayor's Cup for the last 3 years, and we haven't won. And just seeing the guys who want to win, and let's just do it. Let's win. So why not?
It really just means a lot because growing up in West Hartford and played with all the guys over at Hall too my whole life. So it really just means a lot to play against them and represent Hall. It's just great, you know, going across town, playing Hall at a U-Heart. It's just gonna be fun. Just town event, you know, I've gone multiple years in a row. Just excited to play. You know, I played in 3 or 2 so far. This will be my 3rd one this year. I grew up kind of knew a few of them. It's a very big game for the town and for 2 schools.
Back here on WHCI as we get set for the home half of the 5th. Here is Sean Farley of Post 96 Legion.
Yeah, Rebords has done a really good job here settling in. His pitch count's intact at 36, so this is his game right now.
Rebords comes back, and it's a good relief appearance from Nick Sanford.
Yeah, for sure. Great hitter here up at the plate in Roche.
That one right down Main Street for a strike.
Conard's looking to get something started back up here after giving up 7 consecutive runs.
Yeah, 7 unanswered for them. And Roach 0 for 2 today. He's got a good chance to change that.
He knows this pitch has to be perfect.
The pitch. This one is lifted left field. That's going to get down. Nice base knock there from Ryan Roach.
And that's just what the doctor ordered for the Red Wolves, getting that leadoff runner on.
That's a big hit for them here. A leadoff single. That's going to give them a chance to try to get some insurance runs here.
Looks like we have a pinch runner coming in, Avi Carrillo, another young sophomore.
Avi Carrillo will come on, and he'll be the pinch runner here. So it's Avi Carrillo coming in at first as a pinch runner here in a big spot. John, what do you think the motivation for that move was?
Yeah, I think you want some speed on the bases after giving up 7 unanswered. We're looking to get a runner in scoring position.
Be Lane Heaney. Rebords will try to get back into this one after the leadoff single.
Good job getting ahead 0-2. Heaney's got to change his approach here. Try to get the ball in play.
He'll step off here, but we'll do it again. It's an 0-2 count to Lane Heaney, who's 0 for 2 today. That's going to be a called third strike. So 1, 2, 3 in the count. Goes Heaney. So he'll walk away after the strikeout. And then steps in Jamison Lamoureux, 1 for 1 today.
Speedy Sr. looking to make something happen here.
Throw to first. Check over on Carrillo. Yeah, and for JMO, it'll be just about trying to get on. Just get on base, you know.
Carrillo's got a conservative lead over there at first base.
Carrillo's going to go. Throw to second is a little off target. Finds its way into the outfield.
A little bit late getting there, but the ball beat him there. Aggressive play by the Red Wolves. Now with this runner in scoring position and less than 2 outs.
So Carrillo finds his way over to second. And now a runner in scoring position here. Just 1 gone. There's a ball there, 2-0 now to JMO.
We might have the take sign here.
Rebors, the pitch. Swing and a miss. A big cut there from Lamoureux.
Saw something he liked.
He was looking for a ball to send into the outfield. Carrillo leads off second. The pitch from Rebors. Lamoureux swings, hits this one under, and it'll wind up out of play.
A bit of a defensive swing there.
Yeah, now, Rebors worked his way back into the count, 2-2 now. They look to get out of it here. Rebors, the pitch. Swung on, pretty good hit into center field, shallow center field. Sauer is there to make the grab for the out. Lebrecht was tracking that one.
Yeah, that was a great jump by Sauer. A lot of speed out there in the outfield for the Titans.
Yeah, Lou Sauer real fast. So is Lebrecht. Hussey's got some wheels too. I mean, Nick has really got some runners out there.
For sure. Another sophomore coming up here, catcher.
So it'll be Ryan Cooney, the batter. And with 2 gone now, and Carrillo on second. Cooney comes in a spot where they're just trying to get an insurance run in.
Well, that is a fantastic block by catcher Alerte. Preventing that runner from getting a third.
Yeah, and Alerte comes in from JV, first year on the varsity team, and he's got a tall task of replacing a guy, Tyler Redden, who went D1. It's no easy task. He knows it, though. He talked about it with me earlier in the year, that he knows the guy that he's been asked to replace, and he knows it's not an easy task, but he said he's up for it.
He's the core of the team. Another strong junior.
He's been doing a great job up to this point. You see him here, a chance to make a play. That one goes out and into the stands. But you see, look at the hustle there from Alerte. I mean,
Yeah.
He could have made that play.
We had him last year on in our post program, and one of the harder workers in the town. Big 2-strike count for Cooney here.
Yeah, 1-2 with a runner in scoring position. 2 gone here. A big spot for both squads. Rebors looking to get out of it. The Red Wolves looking to keep their inning going. And umpire waves him off.
Rebors is not happy about that late timeout.
We'll do it again. Rebors sets the 1-2. That was a curveball. Gets past Alerte. Carrillo finds his way over to third. Moves up another 90 feet.
Same approach here for Cooney. Looking for a ball in play to try to get a much needed run in.
Well, now big spot just got bigger on a wild pitch. Now that runner eyeing home plate. The pitch from Rebors. Ooh, just misses. But now the count will be full.
Yep, Cooney's put together a heck of an at-bat here.
A big spot. 2 outs. A runner on third. Full count here. And a 3-run ball game in the home half of the 5th. Rebors, the payoff pitch. Fouled away. Cooney stays alive there. Pretty good protect from him.
Yeah, neither one of these guys is going to give up.
Jim Kyan comes out and reboards another fresh ball. Reboard sets. The payoff pitch. This one is swung on, lifted pretty well into left field. Going back is Lebrecht to the track. It's going to get down. That's going to score a run. Rounding second, he slips, so he's going to slide back over. But he's in there. It's an RBI double for Ryan Cooney.
Well, like I said, that was a heck of an at-bat, and he finished it up strong. Ryan, one of the leaders on the sophomore crew. Big hit in a big spot.
Rebors allows his first run of the ball game. That's pretty good up to this point. Rebors hadn't allowed a run. He's been pitching well, but he finally shows some signs of life.
Couldn't quite finish off that at-bat. Cooney got the better of it.
Now Cooney on second after he essentially traded places with Carrillo, who started at second beginning of his at-bat. That'll bring up Liam Heaney, the senior. The pitch. That one is in there for a strike. Liam is 1 for 3 today.
He's looking for something on the ground to the right side.
Yeah, he's got 2 strikes, 0-2 count, so he's going to be in protect mode. Swing and a miss, so Rebors gets him to swing. Got a nice curve there. Actually might have been a slider, but nevertheless he gets the whiff from Heaney and he gets out of it, but not before the Red Wolves do score a run. 11-7 your score. We've played 5. We head to the 6th. You're watching WHCI. Well, we'll take a look at the Mayor's Cup history. Obviously, we don't know who will win yet, but right now, Hall's got back-to-back Mayor Cup wins. Conard won it last in 2023. Conard also won it in 2019, 2018, and won back-to-back in 2016 and 15. Hall has won the rest. They won the first in 2012. They'll look to win again here and make it a three-peat. We'll see, though. Conard making a good case. It's 11-7 here as we enter the 6th inning. Back with Sean Barley of Post 96 Legion.
Big spot again for the young freshman.
Now Will Kane's back out there. He's facing off against Max Hannawalt. We just saw the Mayor's Cup history, Sean, on the screen. And Hall, of course, back-to-back years they won it. But in 2024, I should say Chase Hannawalt, Max's older brother, was the MVP. We, of course, had him on earlier. And, boy, he was fun to talk to.
Yeah, it's great to see Chase. He was a great player for us, and really nice to see him doing so well over at Fordham and coming out to support his brother, Max, who's having a fantastic year as a junior.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at some of the past MVPs, I mean, I'm seeing some names here that I remember. Joe Dooley, another name that pops out to me. Of course, he goes here. He goes here.
He sure does.
Joe Dooley, he's very, everybody knows him here.
No, I had a chance to talk to Coach Mao earlier, and Dooley's doing great. And soon after his college career is over, I'll be recruiting him to come back to Post 96 and coach with us.
Yeah, and of course, his younger brother, a senior this year, not on the Titans team for baseball, but maybe we'll try to get him for Post 96 this summer. That one flowed out to right field. Walsh is there to make the grab for the out. So Hannawalt goes down.
Great job. That's a tough sun out there right now.
Yeah, that sun really not making it easy for these outfielders. A couple of hot days, too. Doesn't really make it any better. 87 right now. And we only get cooler from here. Good news, though, is that there is no rain in the forecast anymore. We had some concerns today of some potential rain. Now, I don't know. We got blue skies, though, here. I see nothing but blue.
I see nothing in our way of finishing this game.
And, of course, this game was supposed to happen last week. Got postponed because it rained. That was a nasty day that it ended up being. It rained and poured all over. But they were able to reschedule it this week. Played it nice and early to avoid the weather, and what a game it's been.
For sure. Big first out, getting Hannawalt as the first out, but it doesn't get any easier here with O'Neill at the plate.
Yeah, O'Neill 1 for 2 today. Swings and hits this one up the middle and bounces off the mound. Ends up by the Hawk logo out in center field. Lamoureux will field it. That's a base knock for O'Neill. Yeah, leads the team in hits.
He did a great job staying inside that baseball, hitting it hard up the middle.
So he gets aboard. I'll bring up Kyle Sharkey. He's 0 for 1 today. Well, here's something fun for you. This game has been close. A lot of runs, though. And looking back at the history, the Mayor's Cup has been around since 2012. And this is only the first time that both teams have had double-digit runs. We've actually only ever seen double-digit runs from one team once. That was from Hall in 2014. They had 14 runs that game. But that was the only time we ever saw double-digit runs. We're seeing it here from Conard.
Well,
got 11.
You typically have your top pitchers. They're all amped up and great defense, which is the way baseball is supposed to be played.
And we could be seeing both teams with double-digit runs. As O'Neill, a very close play at second. They're going to call him safe.
Yeah, Cooney was able to get a lot on that throw from his knees.
So that puts him in scoring position. There's the aggressive base running that we see from Nick Sanford. His squad all season long. Titans live and die by the base paths this season.
Red Wolves not too focused on that runner on second base. They're looking for an out anywhere on the field.
One finds its way outside. Kane sets the pitch. That's going to be ball 4. So Sharkey walks. And now Titans putting on pressure. This is going to be interesting here to see how they approach.
Yeah. Good leadership by Cooney, going out to settle down the young freshman.
Yeah, Cooney, the everyday starter behind the plate for Corey Carlson. And he's a sophomore.
Yeah, and Cooney had the opportunity to be a full-time starter as a freshman, and we're seeing that pay off this year.
He's young, but he's got the veteran mindset already. Here's the pitch. This one is swung on, hit back behind the backstop and out of play.
So Canes went right at the power hitter.
Canes, the pitch, runners go, double steal. Pitch is called a strike, no throw from Cooney. And like you said, they were not worried.
No, they want to focus in on this batter and getting an important second out. But that is a key double steal, putting 2 runners in position to score.
Yeah, now both runners in scoring position. That one is swung on, and now actually hits the umpire.
Yeah, we're going to see Cooney go take a walk as a professional courtesy.
He's going to go up and hand the ball to the pitcher, Will Keynes. It's Ed Hoyer behind home plate who got hit. He's calling balls and strikes today for the Mayor's Cup. That one is fouled away.
There's no question, and Canes is challenging him here.
Well, Hussey is 0 for 3 today, but this is a chance to kind of change that. One outside, he lays off there. Just one out. Up to this point, 2 runners on. And a 1-2 count to Hussey. That one is swung on. That was an inside pitch.
Yeah, tough fight there.
Hussey probably wishes he could take that one back, be a 2-2 count. Instead, he swung, fouled it off, though. It's a 1-2 count still. The pitch from Canes. That one rips it up and past the shortstop. They're going to send Sharkey home. O'Neill's already in to score. Sharkey slides in to score. And now Hussey will advance to second. And now, look at this game we've got, Sean.
Yeah, and Hussey just fought those tough pitches off and came in clutch, staying back on that baseball. And another piece of great base running, anticipating that throw, getting to second base.
A 2-run ball game, 11-9 now your score. What a comeback from the Titans.
Well, this is everything we came to see.
This is that competitive game. Both teams told me that this was going to be a competitive game. Both teams also said this is going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams are right.
They sure are.
That brings in Matt Panarella. He's got 2 hits this ball game. He looks for a third here. 2 for 3 today. That went inside. Hussey thought about going.
Good job keeping the ball in front.
A 2-run ball game here. That one low. Good eye from Panarella. Both these guys are working the count, but Panarella and the Titans are known for long counts, Sean. They're known for taking pitches.
Yeah, 2-0 count here. Even though there's a...
That one swung on and hit to left center field.
Yeah.
Lamoureux able to make the grab, though. Good piece of hitting, though. You can't be mad at that.
Good job. Not at all. Good job getting that out, but they definitely didn't want that tying run to get on first base.
I'll tell you what everybody's telling him in the dugout is don't be discouraged because that's a good piece of hitting. You can't do much about that.
No.
Now, that's the thing about baseball. I mean, he did everything right in that at-bat. He worked a good count, got a good pitch, lifted it, pretty good contact, and he got out.
And he picked his with a 2-0 count, which is one of the best counts to hit.
That's just unfortunately the thing about baseball. You know, he did everything right, and he still walks back to the dugout.
That's why when you fail 7 times up there, you go to the Hall of Fame.
That's right. That's right.
7 out of 10.
That'll bring in Lou Sauer. Looks at a ball high. It's a 1-1 count to him. Yeah, that's right. You know, a lot of people go to the Hall of Fame. You know, 300 batting average, that gets you in there easily.
Well, it's a game of failure.
One fouled back. Yeah, this state's no stranger to Hall of Famers, too. I mean, they've had their fair share of Hall of Famers, both coming from the state and then talk about, you know, the amount of guys that have played here. I mean, I was talking pregame with a couple of guys in the press box, and, you know, you look at some of these historic fields like, you know, Muzzy and you know, Municipal, and you know, Yankees played at both of those. Babe Ruth played at both of those.
It's always a treat to play at those 2 fields, and we get a chance to do that each summer.
And the runner's going to advance to third, I think, on a balk. Yeah, I had a chance to call a lot of games at Municipal this year with Post. That's their home field. That's where the Eagles play. And that's, of course, where they play a lot of Waterbury high schools play there, too, of course. But it was fun calling games at Municipal. That's a good stadium, good ballpark, former AA ballpark, too. Of course, the Yankees played there. DiMaggio, Ruth, Barra, all those guys. You know, Ted Williams got struck out by a softball pitcher there.
And that's no easy feat.
No, right? You know, and we're here, University of Hartford, and Fondella Field isn't that old. You know, it's fairly newer stadium, but this one is lifted into
That's going to get out.
Foul territory. That one ends up into the parking lot. University of Hartford, yeah, they you know, they have, and this is a nice facility, a newer facility, but Hartford, let's centralize on that. You know, they had their fair share of teams. Of course, the Yard Goats are home there now, AA of the Colorado Rockies. But, you know, they had a pro team way back when, 1800s. It was an MLB team. That's how old baseball is, man. 1800s, none of us were alive.
Really not. Hall is doing a great job up and down the lineup, staying at these at-bats, following off tough pitches, and ultimately winning the at-bats here in the last couple innings.
A 2-2 count here. Hits this one, a really good swing. Finds its way into the outfield, and it's a one-run ball game just like that. Well, can you believe it? Lou Sauer swings his way into the hearts of all the fans here at Fondella. It's a one-run ball game, and this, by the way, Sean, the first time in Mayor's Cup history that both teams are in double digits. This has never happened.
Neither one is disappointed so far. It doesn't look like anybody's warming up in the bullpen, so this inning is Canes to have.
That will bring up the catcher, Jamie Alerte. Alerte 0 for 2 today. They look to change that. In a good spot here to do so. Alerte, a junior catcher. He can also play third base, but I'll be honest, I have not seen him play third base this year for Hall.
He was able. He's a all-around player. He played both third base and left field for us last summer.
As Sauer will steal his way over to second, picks up a theft. Now puts himself in scoring position. There are 2 outs. So that was a risky move from Coach Sanford, but
they stayed aggressive all day.
Hey, we live and die from the base pass. That's what he says, right? I'm sure he says that. He has never said that to me, but I'm sure that's what he thinks.
I'm sure he does.
This one gets away from the catcher.
Canes' pitch count's growing here, approaching 50.
Yeah, still in the early 40s here. That one is in there for a strike. Job by Canes there to find the strike zone there.
3-1, 3-2 count here.
Yeah, full count. Ball 4. And they'll pick up a Sauer over at third, too. So now runners on the corners. 2 gone. Big spot.
Titans continue to be aggressive on the bases.
Here comes Corey Carlson. He is going to talk to his pitcher. Now we have some action over in the Red Wolves bullpen. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like anybody's warming up, but people are getting up. Oh, and we're just going to have somebody come out. Somebody is coming out. So Will Canes will come out of the ball game. We'll take a break, come back, tell you who's here to replace him on the hill. You're watching WHCI. Back here at WHCI, we take a look at Corey Carlson's bio. Sean?
Yeah, Corey's first season with the Red Wolves. He's a high school alum of Berlin, Connecticut, where they won the 1995 state champion. He played D2 baseball at Eckerd College, pitching coach for Berlin American Legion from 99 to 2012. 2009 American Legion World Series, Fargo, North Dakota. That's pretty cool. Longtime head coach at Northwest Catholic, 20 years from 2004 to 2024.
Yeah, and he was a cross-country coach there too, and a history teacher as well.
Yep.
Carlson is in his first year with the Red Wolves, and in this spot he chooses the bullpen, gets Owen Hammond.
Owen's a 4-year player with Conard.
Yeah, top right. Exactly.
Yeah, Owen, a senior. And he comes into this one a big spot here. He's a righty thrower, righty hitter. He just loaded the bases up there, but the pressure's still on. He does have a 3-pitch repertoire. He's got a cut fastball, a curveball, and a slider. And so we will have a new hitter here for the Titans. It'll be Kyle Ruckert coming on in
Zach, check the HDMI. Hold on.
for Alex Rebors.
Yeah, just retype.
Rebors was supposed to come in, but it'll be Ruckert. We do have a visit on the hill here.
Looks like we got a pitching change.
But we will. That's an interesting move. So we'll have a change on the mound here with the bases loaded. So we'll come back and we'll tell you guys all about it here on WHCI. West Hartford Baseball is presented by WHCI. Coverage throughout the baseball season on West Hartford Community Interactive is sustained through community support and tax-deductible contributions, helping ensure local programs and student athletes continue to be seen and celebrated. Well, just as fast as we come back, we're leaving you because Ryan Roach, the new pitcher, is able to get out Kyle Ruckert with a pop out. He was the pinch hitter for Alex Rebors. So just like that, I have to say goodbye to you guys for now as we take a break. 11-10. Titans making this one interesting. We'll hold to the home half of the 6th. Back here on WHCI alongside Sean Farley. It's Anthony Altamirano here. Happy to be on the call with you guys. 10 runs for the Titans, 11 for the Red Wolves. I should say 11-10 is your score.
Ryan Roche came in there and did a great job. 1 pitch, 1 out.
He came in the last half and he was able to get out of that one with 1 pitch. Pretty impressive. He tossed more warm-up pitches than he did his actual pitch. In comes in Matt LeBrecq for the Titans. Nick Sanford switching it up on the hill. LeBrecq will come in for the first time this ball game, but he has come in relief appearances before. First to face him will be the senior Colin Walsh. He's 1 for 2 today. Matt LeBrecq, of course, a right-handed pitcher, but he can also play in the outfield. He was playing outfield earlier this ball game. Throws right, bats left. He's got a 3-pitch repertoire. He's got a couple of fastballs, a 4-seamer and a 2-seamer, and he also has a changeup.
Walsh, one of the leading hitters on the Red Wolves this year, looking to find his way on.
Walsh is senior. He's an outfielder who throws right, bats left. He told us the best part of his game is his hitting. Well, we'll see if he's right here, I guess.
Yeah, he's done a great job all year. living up to it, and this is a big spot, senior against senior.
Well, he told me, I asked him, what makes the Red Wolves special? And he said the power of friendship. As he hits this one left field, O'Neill is there to make the grab for the out. So a couple defensive substitutions we should let you know about, too. You probably noticed already one. Quinn O'Neill is now in left field. Excuse me, he's in left field. He replaces LeBrec, who was out there. And in his place, he was at third earlier, is now Kyle Ruckert. So Ruckert is at third. And the rest of the field looks the same as it did on the first switch when Jeff Nyman came out. So everything else is the same up to that point. So just the one switch there. Ruckert in for O'Neill at third, and O'Neill in for LeBrec in left. That one fouled away. This is the next hitter, Andrew Weiss, the cleanup hitter. He's 1 for 1 today.
Red Bulls looking for one of their leaders to get us started here in the bottom of the 6th.
Weiss, a senior shortstop, bats right, throws right. He said the best part of his game is vibes. Just the vibes that he brings is the best part of his game. He did tell me, though, he said something he's been working on in the offseason is his fundamentals. So that's something that he's been working to get better at.
Yeah, we've had Andrew in our program for years and always a hard worker. And his younger brother, Sam, who had an opportunity to throw today, is following in his footsteps.
And, of course, having a pretty good game so far. Swings at a ball inside, flies it out into right field to Hussey, who is there to make the grab. So quickly, 2 are gone here in the home half of the 6th. And that'll bring up yet another senior, Wyatt Daigle. When we asked the Red Wolves earlier this year who the team leader was, almost all of them said it was Wyatt Daigle.
Yeah, for sure. Committed to go play at Curry College next year. Had a great day on the hill and looking to do something here at the plate.
Daigle, a right-handed pitcher. Bats right as well. He said the best part of his game is his pitching. Worked on his command with off speeds in the off season. Swings and hits this one foul.
He's 2-1 count. He's looking for something in the zone he can drive.
Yeah, he's looking for execution, which is something he told me that his team takes pride in. We'll see if he can execute here. A swing there. Hits off of Alerte. Umpire will make sure he's okay. 2-2 now the count to Daigle. He's 1 for 3 today. That's in there. A called third strike. Daigle is not happy with that. But 1, 2, 3 go the Red Wolves. And that's a big inning from LeBrec. Comes in and shuts him down immediately. They still have a lead by 1. Titans will look to get back in it. We've played 6. Now we head to the 7th. West Hartford Baseball is presented by WHCI. Community engagement, including viewer feedback and online reviews, play an important role in expanding the reach of WHCI baseball telecasts and connecting more fans with local competition. Well, we're back here for the start of the 7th inning. Max Hanawalt up to the plate. And I'm joined by Sean Farley of Post 96 Legion for West Hartford.
Yeah, Roche did a great job coming in, getting them out of a bases loaded jam. And Hanawalt looking to start up the Titans. Chasing one here in the last.
Hanawalt 0 for 2. This is the last chance for the Titans. Ryan Roach back out there for the Red Wolves. Hanawalt swings and hits this one. A dive from Weiss. No throw, though. Won't be in time. Hanawalt gets his first hit of the ball game. And, man, Sean, it couldn't have come in a better spot.
Yeah, it's a great piece of hitting with 2 strikes.
So the Titans got some wheels on first now. And one of the best hitters in the entire conference at the plate. Quinn O'Neill leads the team in average hits, extra base hits, as well as RBI and average.
No choice but to go right at him.
That average sits over 400. He's got 30-plus RBIs this season. He's pushing on 40, which is incredible for a high schooler.
Absolutely. Roche not happy with that ball call.
O'Neill 2 for 3 today. And on the 1-0 count, he gets a strike there. 1-1 now. Well, there's Nick Sanford showing the signs there, so we'll see what he decides to do with Hanawalt at first. Good swing here from Quinn O'Neill. That's going to be a base knock. They're going to push Hanawalt closer to third. O'Neill will retreat back to first, and wow, the Titans here in a good spot.
Great piece of hitting. Quinn continues to stay hot. Putting Hall in a really good spot here to tie the game up with a runner on third and nobody out.
Just a great at-bat, and, some might say a Quinn credible season for him.
That's pretty good.
The Quincredible O'Neill continues to rake at the plate. That brings up Kyle Sharkey.
Big spot here for the junior.
Looks at a strike, nobody out. They got 2 on, a runner 90 feet away, the tying run. Nick Sanford shows the signs.
Looks like they're willing to give up that run with the middle of double play depth.
Sharkey hits this one right to third. They have trouble with it, and no, everybody's going to be safe. Oh, wow.
No choice but to bring him in here.
This is a massive spot. Bases are loaded, nobody out. And now brings up Tommy Hussey.
Yeah, they're actually going to keep him at double play depth up the middle.
It's going to be in there for a strike. Hussey is 1 for 4 today. Has a chance to play hero right here.
Nowhere to put him.
Well, this is a good game. 11-10, bases loaded, nobody out. Top of the 7th. Pressure doesn't get much bigger than this. That one upstairs for a ball.
Yeah, looks like the Red Wolves have the corners in. And they're staying in double play depth up the middle.
Roach the pitch. Hussey swings, hits this one pretty well, deep into left center field. That's going to get down. That's going to score 1, 2, maybe 3. That's going to unload all the bases with one swing of the bat. It's a 3 RBI triple, and Nick Sanford loves it. This crowd is erupting. I can't believe what I've just seen.
We talked about it in the first inning. There was a lot of game left, and the Titans stayed consistent.
Hussey shows heroics at the Hawk's Nest. Man, a spot that doesn't get much bigger than that, Sean.
Yeah, Hussey came through in the clutch and showed us the power.
Now this game is flipped upside down. The Titans pick up their first lead of the ball game, 13-11. We're going to have a pitching change. Corey Carlson going to the bullpen to try and get out of this inning as they look to make a comeback. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. You're watching WHCI.
Go for it.
Back here on WHCI, Matt Panarella at the plate, 2 for 4 today. It'll be Lennox Velez at the hill now. Moves from first base to the mound. Well, that means we're going to have a new first baseman, Sean.
Yeah, it looks like we do. The sophomore Declan Farley. And it looks like the infield's back here with with a runner on third and nobody out.
This one is swung on lifted pretty well into left field. Tracking it is the left fielder Heaney. There to make the grab. Panarella will get the sac fly, though, as Hussey brings himself in.
That's a productive at-bat from Panarella.
back-to-back flyouts for him, but back-to-back times where he's got to not come to the dugout with his head down because those were 2 good at-bats from him.
That one run makes a big difference.
They get some insurance, or as our friends up north call it, insurance. Lennox Velez comes in. He's a senior. And you know a thing or two about the first baseman, Declan Farley.
I might a little bit. Appreciate you calling that out.
Just a little bit, right? I mean, you don't know him too well, huh?
Yeah, they're a young crew, another sophomore. So we're looking forward to the future, but right now we're looking to finish a game here.
Lennox is a senior. He's obviously a southpaw, but he plays first base predominantly. He's also a lefty hitter. He's got a 4-pitch repertoire: fastball, 2-seamer, a sweeper, and a changeup. So he's got the 4-seam, 2-seam action going on. This one is lifted sky high. Farley there in foul territory to make the grab for the out.
All right, that's 2.
That's 2.
Alerte swinging a good bat. Looking to get things started for the Titans with 2 outs.
And they've already scored a couple here. Alerte is 0 for 2 today. What a good chance to change that. It's going to be a strike.
Looks like the Titans are not happy with that call.
Excuse me, there's a ball. Excuse me. This one is swung on, hit into left field. On the dive, Heaney there to make the play for the out. So Velez comes in, immediately gets 3 outs, the 3 outs they needed. Not before the Titans, though, score a couple runs. 14-11, they now lead it. Last call for the Red Wolves coming your way when we return. Well, let's take a look at Nick Sanford, the head coach of the Titans. It's his 3rd season with the school. All those years, he has brought them to the postseason. He's a Hall alum. He was a first-team All-State shortstop in his heyday. He's the program leader in doubles, hits, and games played at the time of his graduation. And he was a 3-time All-CCC West selection and a 2010 team MVP. He went on to play D1 baseball at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, the Minutemen. And there's a look at his father, Rick Sanford. A dad and a big member of the West Hartford baseball community. Sean, you know Rick and Nick very well.
He sure is, and we've got a lot to be grateful for everything Coach Sanford does, not just for Hall, but for Conard, WABA, as we call it, West Hartford Amateur Baseball Association, and also his great support for the Legion program. Can't thank Rick enough for everything he does.
A true legend on the field and off the field. He is definitely one of the legendary members of West Hartford baseball.
Red Wolves are looking for base runners here, chasing 3 runs.
And Lennox Velez, the batter here. He'll be facing Matt LeBrecq, who's working in another inning of relief. Velez is 0 for 3 today. And LeBrecq look to get out of it.
Two strikes, we're in protect mode here. What's that?
Well, look at this, Sean. We have a bit of history there. We talked about Rick. Now we got a famous Conard coach there.
Coach Maluzzo, yeah. Coach has been around for many decades in the Conard program. I think he might have come in right after I left, which I don't want to date myself, but his commitment to this program, to these kids, is much appreciated, and it's fantastic to see him come back with the new leadership team under Coach Carlson. We know him as the spark plug for sure for Red Wolves baseball.
Yeah, one famous coach and another there. We talked about Rick and then obviously Coach Mazzolo. Some famous coaches here, some famous members of West Hartford baseball. And it's hard not to bring up those two names when you talk about baseball in this town.
No, they give a lot of time, and we appreciate that for sure. And Velez with really a great at-bat, starting things off here for the Red Wolves.
He's able to draw the walk. And he gets it started for Conard. Runner on first now. Nobody out. That brings up Declan Farley, sophomore, left-handed hitter.
Taking the first pitch in that spot, which is to be expected.
Farley is a first baseman and a pitcher. He's a lefty thrower, lefty hitter. He said the best part of his game is his hitting.
Two strikes, he's going to expand the zone and look to protect here.
So the best part of his game is his hitting. We get a chance to see it here. I don't think I can go throughout this at-bat without saying this. We asked every player on Conard what their biggest influence on their athletic careers was. And when we asked Declan what the biggest influence for him was, he said it was his dad. But he swings and hits this one into center field. Sauer is there to make the grab for the out. Good piece of hitting, though. You can't walk away sad about that at-bat.
Yeah, they're looking for base runners, but he put a good swing on it.
Fly ball there will be the first out of this inning. As the blue sky has gone away, maybe we will see some rain, but this game is definitely going to be done before we do.
Big spot for the sophomore second baseman, Heaney.
Heaney 0 for 3 today. This is a pretty good spot if he wants to change that outcome. Pick up a first hit of the ball game for him. Lane Heaney is a sophomore. Here's the pitch. That one is in there for strike.
You see Velez glued to that bag, as we like to call it, with that run meaning nothing here. Chasing 3.
Yeah, the Red Wolves down but not out. The pitch. One low. It's a very competitive game. It was promised to me by the players that it would be, and they've come through on their promise.
They sure have.
That one bounces in the dirt. Alerte has some trouble with it. Velez is going to find his way to second base now on what will likely be called a wild pitch.
You mentioned it earlier, but this is going to be hands down the highest scoring affair since the history of the Mayor's Cup.
So it was a wild pitch to see here on our score says. A ball, wild pitch on the last one. 2 strikes on Haney here. He's in protect mode with a full count. It'll be interesting to see what he does here. Runner leading off second. 1 out. Lebrecht the payoff pitch. It'll be ball 4 up and in. That's a huge AB right there.
Yeah, showed a lot of patience there in a big spot.
Well, in steps in the tying run now.
Looks like we've got a pinch hitter, sophomore Brody Fisher.
And Brody Fisher will come on. It looks like Scott LaRock is going to make his way out there. LaRock, of course, the pitching coach for the Titans. And he's going to come and talk to Lebrecht in a big spot here as they look to win their 3rd straight Mayor's Cup. Conard looking to come back and win their first since 2023.
Fisher's one of the a large group of sophomores getting some time here on the varsity squad this year with a lot of speed.
Fisher, a sophomore outfielder, righty thrower, righty hitter. He said the best part of his game is his speed. So this is a good spot to kind of prove that right. They leave Lebrecht in too. LaRock come out to talk to him. Over 30 pitches tossed. That one a little upstairs.
You can see the Titans defensively are not in any way concerned about the base runners.
Lebrecht sets the pitch. That one is in there for a strike.
No doubt he's taking a first strike in this situation.
2 runners on, and only 1 gone here. Oh, that one up and in. He has to kind of duck out of the way.
Get his heart rate back to normal and get back in there.
Right.
Looks like we might have a pinch runner.
We will have a pinch runner, yes.
Another sophomore, Nate Dubois.
The boys will come out. Boy's a sophomore. Predominantly plays first. He's a lefty hitter, lefty thrower. Grounds this one to third. They'll step on the bag for 1. The toss to first, not in time. So a fielder's choice from Ruckert.
Yeah, great patience there with the presence of mind to get the lead runner.
Yeah, you don't want to allow them to have that runner there in case you don't get the around the horn double play. So I think a good move there from Ruckert. You know, that was a safer option, too. You know, he hasn't played a lot of third base this season, so it's good there to, make sure you get the guaranteed out. Now you got to let LeBrec cook. If you're the Titans, now that's kind of the mindset that you have now. If you're the Red Wolves, though, Sean, tell us what you think.
Well, we're probably looking at Cooney taking a strike here, but he's shown power all year as a sophomore. So he's looking for something he can barrel.
He ripped that one foul over by third base dugout. He is 1 for 4 today.
Base runners are going to stay cautious as their runs mean nothing.
Cooney represents the tying run for the Red Wolves. We'll step out. LeBrec, the pitch. That one outside. A big spot here. Heaney on second, Fisher at first.
He's definitely looking for a fastball here, something he can hit hard.
This one is swung on center field. There to make the grab is Sauer. And that will end the ball game here. Sauer makes the final grab. And the Titans end up coming all the way back, and they win their third straight Mayor's Cup. They were down by as many as 10 runs at one point and erased the deficit to win the game 14-11. Wow, what a great game, though, Sean, that we've seen.
Yeah, it didn't disappoint for sure, and I certainly appreciate you guys having me in. Had a blast, and congratulations to the Titans, and good luck in the playoffs.
Well, we'll take a break here. We'll say goodbye to Sean. We thank him for joining us here. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. We do have the post-game show coming your way next, as well as potentially post-game interviews, weather impending. We'll be back. You're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI for the West Hartford Baseball postgame show. The Red Wolves dropped the game to the Titans, who won their third straight Mayor's Cup. It's the first time that they have won 3 straight since the inception of the tournament, when they won in 2012, 2013, and 2014. Those were the first 3 years of the Mayor's Cup, so this is the first time that they have had the three-peat since then. And a good comeback. They erased a 10-run deficit. Conard led by as many as 10, so the Titans did a good comeback here. Really just a hard-fought game from everybody all around, though. Some good pitching from Wyatt Daigle, the starter for the Red Wolves. He was able to take command early, but ultimately the Titans were able to come back. Some miscues from them towards the beginning. They were able to get back into it and pick up another victory. Their 10th straight victory, their first 10-game winning streak of the season, and they extend their season-long and really history-long winning streak. 10 straight, that could be the longest ever. It's definitely the longest since at least 2012, which is as far as the data goes back to. But 10 straight is really good. They're on a scorcher. They're going to play Hamden tomorrow, the Green Dragons. That'll be at Hall. We'll have your coverage on WHCI. The Red Wolves will play tomorrow as well. They'll play on the road, though. They'll be playing on the road, and that will be the conclusion of both of the seasons. The Hamden game with Hall will be a continuation of a game that's already in progress. Hamden is currently leading that game 6-0. That game got canceled because of rain, thunder, and lightning, all 3 in one. That was yesterday. We had that all on WHCI, so we'll be there. I'll be on the call tomorrow against Hamden as they conclude the regular season. They will also be playing in the CCC tournament on Friday. Well, that concludes our post-game show. We'll have post-game interviews with the Mayor's Cup MVP and the winning coach coming your way next. Back here on WHCI with the MVP of today's ball game, Tommy Hussey. Tommy, you had a pretty good day, 6 RBIs. Tell me what was working for you.
Early in the game, I was struggling a little bit, but I kind of just tried to simplify things at the end, and I ended up putting the ball in play, and it worked out for me.
That was a big at-bat. I mean, bases loaded, a big spot. Walk me through that entire at-bat from the perspective of you.
Yeah, kind of the inning before, I had an idea that I might be getting up with some runners on it with a chance to win it or put us in the lead, and I knew I wanted that moment, especially and all year. I've kind of not been coming up big in that moment, so it feels great to finally come up big.
And that was a big energy moment, too. I mean, obviously that first inning was rough for you guys, being down 10, but you guys erased that deficit, and we saw the energy at third. You and Coach, I mean, I'd have never seen Coach Sanford that as fired up as I've seen him on that play at third. I mean, you must have felt the energy right there.
No, that was awesome. I think that was kind of just like an accumulation of all year, like struggling and like just waiting for that big moment and finally coming through big. I know Coach kind of felt that, and it was especially with this game. Wasn't a game we wanted to drop, so it was a big moment. It felt great.
Now 10 straight wins. Obviously, you guys got to play Hampton again tomorrow. You saw a little bit of them yesterday, and it was rough yesterday, but then the rain kind of reset the game. So now going into that, obviously you're a little hot coming off of this, good game. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They came out ready to play yesterday, and we didn't. So, I mean, we're also a good team. So I think if we come out, do our thing, and play our game, our style of baseball, we should be able to come out and win. We just got to go out there and compete tomorrow.
Well, Tommy, thank you so much, and congrats on the game.
Thank you.
We'll talk with another hero, too, as the rain is coming out. Looks like we just beat it. I mean, right? We got Alex Freeports here now. And, Alex, you pitched just over 4 innings. You only allowed 1 earned run, and you came in with a lot on your plate. You were asked to do a lot, and you came through. Talk about your performance.
I mean, I was just trying to attack the zone early because I know 10 runs seem like a big deficit, but as one of our coaches said, it's early in the game, and we still have 6 innings of baseball left, so we didn't give up on ourselves, and the defense was behind me the whole game too, and I appreciated that a lot, and I think that factored into how we were able to come back in that game.
That rain is really picking up, so we might move this to the booth here in a second as Coach Sanford walks away. I'll ask you one more question. You had your first at-bat in 2 years, you said. You were 1 for 3. Talk me through those at-bats.
Honestly, just try to make contact with the ball. I didn't have any high expectations, but any way to help the team. So it felt great off the bat to get that first hit out of the way in a couple of years. It felt new, but it felt good off the bat, yeah.
Alex, thank you so much, and we'll get inside and we'll get you out of here.
Thank you. Have a good one.
We're going to take a short break and move this inside. We'll be back on WHCI. Back here on WHCI, and we're now inside as it was raining on Alex and myself. But I think a great comeback for you guys. You guys were down 10 at one point. I mean, talk me through that.
Yeah, it was just a really weird start for us. Very uncharacteristic. But with this team, we never felt like we were out of it. It was just we needed an opening. We found the opening when we scored 5 runs, and then from there it was just believing that we could come back and do it. And the kids really played hard today, so all the credit goes to them.
Yeah, and of course, this is only the second time. You said uncharacteristic. This is only the second time this season you guys have allowed double-digit runs. The other was to Southington. And so 2 competitive games really is the point of that stat there. You got another couple of competitive games ahead of you. Hamden tomorrow. You got a sneak preview of them yesterday. Is the game plan going to be different going into that one tomorrow?
Yeah, we're obviously we don't want the same start that we had. But this is back-to-back games now with giving up a lot of runs in the first inning. We're going to try to minimize that. That's the goal. And we'll come with a different plan, try to give them a couple different looks on the mound and see what we can do. Hopefully something like this gives us some offensive momentum, and they have good pitching, so we're going to have to bring the bats back tomorrow.
Well, you've now won 10 straight as well. And 10 straight victories that's obviously no short feat. That's pretty good, and you're riding this momentum. Of course, tomorrow would be 11 straight if you could make it happen, and that would be a great way to finish the regular season headed into the CCCs. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we want to play good, clean, fundamentally sound baseball towards the end of the year. We didn't really do that today, so we're looking to regroup tomorrow and play a little bit better tomorrow going into Friday. It's been a hot, long week. The guys have really been playing hard, so I couldn't be prouder.
Yeah, it's been a gross week, hot and rainy. This is the second day in a row you and I have been rained on. It was much worse yesterday, and if you missed that, you can go watch it back. We got rained on a lot. But final question for you, Coach, I think has to be, third year coaching, and this is now your 3rd straight Mayor's Cup. Just talk about how special this game is. Of course, it was the first one against Corey Carlson. And he has so much respect for you, and obviously you do for him. So how special was that today?
Yeah, Corey's I've known Corey for such a long time. He was coaching, not to age him, but he was coaching at Northwest when I was playing. He always had great teams, and he mentored me, especially when I got the job. He mentored me a lot, has helped me. And this is a young Conard team. They're going to be very good. And I know fortunately the record doesn't show it, but they're a good team. And so anytime we play against Conard, it means a lot to us as a community as West Hartford. So to be able to pull it out today was special.
Well, thank you, Nick, and it was a great comeback from you and the guys. And thank you, and thank you. That's it for us at WHCI. For all of our amazing crew, Zach Lawrence, Charlie Hall, David Petrella, this is Anthony Altamirano, letting you know Sean Farley and Chase Hannawalt were also with me today, so special shout out to them. But this is me signing off from Juan Dela Field.